All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the brother Kalaya.
Brother Bayan.
Coming at you with a quick lesson. Prior to getting started, we'd like to give all glory, honors, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and in this particular video, we want to cover, and not just this one instance, but just being in this ministry in a whole, man. All right, we have to count the cost and understand that there is danger that comes with being a prophet. All right, in the times of ancient, you had men who wanted to kill the prophets, right? Everybody got mad with the prophets, man. Okay, from the beginning of time, it was always, Jay getting mad at the prophets because what it means to be a prophet is to be one who says something before it happens. Okay, and scriptures tell you that the heart of a man, he might think it to be all right, and Salaki from butchering it, but nevertheless, Jay think in his heart that he's right. All right, but it's really the Lord that orders a man's steps. Okay, it's really the Lord who guides a man in his way. So nevertheless, I just wanted to kind of touch on the subject with the brother who ran into that situation with that Edomite that pulled out a firearm, man. All right, and following that particular situation, our camp down here in GMS New Orleans, we had basically a brief discussion prior to our camp, prior to our main camp last Saturday, and we were just going over, different things that you men and you women who believe on the truth, all right, that believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua and the words that are proceeding from the mouths of the prophets, need to understand that there is that danger factor, which is increasing, not slowly, but it's like greatly increasing as the times get closer and closer to what? To the end, man. You see? But start me out with that Proverbs,
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished."
All right, and when you go into our whole little debacle here in New Orleans, we've changed locations. I'm not sure if you brothers and sisters follow the main camp page or things of that nature, but we've been jumping around, man. All right, ever since New Year's, so-called New Year's Eve, we've been moving around, basically being that prudent man, foreseeing the evil. We understand the narrative that come with the things in which we speak, in which we believe on. So we got out of the way, man. All right, this thing of ours is hated by the rest of the earth. We're the only ones that truly believe in sincerity and in truth. Okay, the things in which we're speaking. These other nations, these other people who believe in something similar, right? They don't truly believe. There will be something that rubs their feathers the wrong way. All right, and naturally, you have to understand that there will be some turmoil there. Yeah. So, brothers, you have to be circumspect in your daily lives. All right, not just when you're out at camp. Which that particular situation was a very good example on why Jake should be aware while you're at camp. Okay, that was the most extreme situation you can be put in. Yep. Shit, we down here in the so-called Big Easy. Shit, me and you, we know what the fuck be going on down here, man. Right. We've seen over these small this small amount of time that we've been here, the things that could and couldn't happen. We've seen those things with our very own eyes, but that was the fullest extent of what could actually happen while you're out there preaching on the highways and byways. You had something?
Yep, got a piece of
You got it.
It's the book of St. John, chapter 15
Yep.
and 18, red letters Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. All right. And just as the brother was going into, being circumspect, with niggas or, just people in the world that don't know Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All
That's
right?
right.
So everything that's coming out of the scriptures, is going to rub them wrong in all type of ways. All right. Which is ultimately just going to rev up demons and could lead to combat, as we saw, in that video, but, the Lord was obviously on that brother's side, because things could have definitely went worse. All it takes is one pull of a trigger and one bullet to do the job.
Right.
But again, bring that out just to say, you have to be circumspect, because you know that people hate this word, man. So people hate Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Just like as the brothers go into, it's not just one anti-Christ. All right? It's many anti-Christ. There's many people that's against Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You got it, bro.
Nah, and and that's why we have to be vigilant. When we're out there on the highways and byways, we have to be always watching and things of that nature, because you never know what spirit a man is coming in. We have to be we have to use discernment. Scriptures tell you, once you start to intermingle with wisdom, discernment, you start to get well versed with discernment. And I don't know if have you watched that not the full video, but the full length of the interaction with that guy?
A good bit of it. I'm not gonna say the whole entire thing.
So what that brother did was a very good example of how to discern a spirit. When that guy approached him, he knew based off his body language, the questions he asked, the look in his eyes, right? In his ultimately his aura that he came in, he knew he wasn't coming genuinely. He wasn't coming seeking the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and he perceived that, right? And he dealt with him accordingly to that. Now, I'm pretty sure the brother did not know he had a fucking weapon, right? As though we don't know. But nevertheless, he read the room, he read that guide, and he dealt with that situation accordingly. And a quick disclaimer, we do not promote violence, all right? We don't promote violence, we don't promote the use of weapons and things of that nature. But nevertheless, that brother defended himself as he should have, man. He beat the fuck out of that dude.
Hell yeah.
As he was supposed to, man. And those of you who haven't seen the video, I would advise to go watch it. It is very educational to get you to understand what you signed up for when you came and signed this contract in blood, man. Through Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
If I could just back you up too.
You got it.
Also just land backing on what you said. Again, brothers not saying in no type of meaning to go out and look for some type of combat.
Right.
We don't look for combat. That's plain and simple. You got these other camps and stuff that may come out there, which I remember old videos, they out there with their ARs and stuff like
weapons,
that.
handguns, knives, brass knuckles. I've seen it all on camera. Man.
Inviting those type of demons in.
Right.
Because that all it takes is one Edomite to see, like, oh, I got a bigger gun than that. I bet you I could take you.
Do me a favor and bring out Romans 13 and 4.
Come on.
just to, back up what you saying, man, because Jake don't understand. Hey, the weapon, all right, is this devil's power. This is superpower. You see?
You said 13 and 4.
Yeah.
This is Romans 13 and 4. It says, "For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil."
So, ultimately, when you think about it, man, these guys that's out there with weapons, right, which this was told to all of us prior to coming into the camp, we don't deal that way.
Right.
You see, we give our faith unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua to protect us, man.
Right.
All right. Hey, if you think that you're gonna come up against this devil that was blessed with a sword, you've been, mistaken, man.
Yeah.
It literally tells you that this devil is a minister unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and he will not bear the sword in vain. He don't carry. Hey, Esau don't carry that gun for nothing, man.
Right.
He's well trained. He's well versed. He's well rounded with different weapons. This guy is a weapon. He's a living weapon.
Yeah.
You cannot beat him.
Yeah.
So it's frivolous to challenge him with weapons.
Right.
No matter how good you think you are with weaponry. You want to say something?
Yeah, it says the weapons of our warfare is not carnal.
Right.
All right. So knowing that that's a battle that we just physically can't win here, why even try to fight with that?
That's
all
right.
So knowing that our warfare is spiritual, again, just harking on the point that that the elders and apostles been pushing out as well. We on defense first, man. Everything it's like real
No, you good.
yeah,
good. Slop.
we on defense first, and pretty much the best thing that you could do in any of those situations is try to de-escalate and get out of there. But
Yeah.
if it comes down to the come down, Jacob, you gotta defend yourself.
No, because I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, that particular situation was a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
This devil will come with what? His weapons, his weapons of mass destruction, those ICBM nuclear missiles, different guns and different types of artillery we haven't seen or know about. And guess what? The Lord is going to make us weapons.
Right. Yep.
It literally, I'm sitting here analyzing what had happened, and the Lord, allowed that brother, to do his business. And that's what's going to happen in the days to come, man. For Esau in a whole. This devil, he what? He was proud. He came out, he boasted, he showboated, right? But ultimately was taken down through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Yep.
Like the brother said, we're on defense. It's not an offensive thing, man.
Right. That offense gonna come. He said we fishers right now, but soon we're gonna be turned to hunters.
Beautiful. Do me a favor and grab Matthews 10 and 16. We'll get that out the way.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Red letters, Yahweh speaking. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves."
So ultimately, being that prudent man, ultimately using that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have gathered over the years from different brothers, right, different situations, and actually living this truth. Okay, because that's what it come down to. When you start to read the scriptures, it gives you scenarios of different situations, that men went through and how they got out of it, how they fell, right? What happened when they fell? How did they overcome it? We have to be, we have to embody this truth,
right?
Ultimately, man. I'm thinking about King David. When it said he had spittle upon his beard.
Yeah.
When he was brought in front of the king, man, he started spitting all over his beard. Acting. I don't know if I can say that on here, but
special,
right? He started to act special, and the king told him, he said, This ain't the king.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the king of Israel.
Right.
But whole time we talking about King David, man.
Right.
The King David.
Right.
That's being a prudent man in foreseeing the evil and hiding himself. You know.
Yep.
So we have to embody those same traits in this time. You know, secluding yourself at the job, right? Oh, I think I saw you on Canal Street. You had this funny looking dress on. You had a Bible in your hand. Oh no, that wasn't me. Man, I was at a family reunion.
Yeah.
You know, I was at my son's football game. Well, you know, those are.
It looked like it. Nah, I just got one of them faces. Yeah.
And see, and that's what it's going into. It says what? Be ye therefore wise as serpents, right? Being camouflage, okay? Blend in with your environment. Not saying be a nigga, right? But hey, you know, blend in. You ain't got to be Superman all the time.
Yeah.
When we first came in, what Jake told us, be Clark Kent.
Clark Kent. Yeah.
Don't have your Superman chest out all the time.
Right.
You know, you got to start being Clark Kent. So, you know.
Yeah, make you a target, man. You know,
that's right.
To say, you know, if you walk around with that S on your chest all day, you know, they're going to have some people that are going to want to come and try to come test that. You know, are you really Superman? Are you really this and that and the third?
God.
But, you know, standing that Clark Kent spirit, you know, that's the power that the Lord gives us, man. You know,
that's right.
That Yahweh, you know, that we have, the supplant, you know, we show people what we want to show them.
That's right.
All right, just for us to continue to fight and move on to another day, you know.
Man, during my little time in mixed martial arts, one of the things I never understood when we traveled and, you know, done our little thing was why Sensei didn't wear his black belt.
All right.
You know, when we went to different you know, meets to compete, you know, Sensei wore a white belt.
Yeah.
And you know, down the line, I never thought to ask him then, but down the line through, you know, meeting different brothers, as you know, we've spoken to different brothers and things of that nature. That was that, man.
Right.
All right, being in Clark Kent mode, knowing you got the power of Superman, but you know, stand back, stay in your hand, right? Yep. Staying out of the limelight, you know. And ultimately, man, you know, because we're gonna be wrapping it up real soon. I'm gonna just we got it in the last video. I'm gonna grab this too, 1 Peter chapter 5 and 8. You know, you just have to be fully prepared for what's coming. And preparation doesn't start when you get to the destination.
Right.
Preparation starts at home, man.
Right.
How do you conduct yourself? How do you know, how are you preparing beforehand, right? Before the preparation, there's a preparation.
Yeah.
In which we fixate that initial preparation in our mind. Then we start to prepare for our day. You know what if Jake can receive that.
Yeah, it's a saying in the world, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's right, man. And that's what the elect have over 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They might prepare every day before they go to work, before they go to school, before they, you know, go out for their day. But we prepare in a whole different way. We prepare in our mind with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You see?
All right.
That's the preparation before the preparation.
Yep.
You get it? But read that for me, Babaka Shah. And if you have anything, we can bring it out. But this is what I got.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5. And it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
You know, and ultimately, when you understand, I believe that's Luke 17, where 17 and 22, where Yahushua told Simon, right, Peter, basically, that the devil seek to sift him. You know, that's what's going on a day-to-day basis, right? Before we had that, well, during that conversation we had prior to camp last week, brothers gave testaments, or it's like a testimonies of different situations that they went through throughout the week, in which Satan was active in trying to get them to err off. By way of what? By way of violence.
Right.
It wasn't, and I'm gonna briefly speak, myself, I will speak on myself. I had an Edomite actively try to throw coffee on me. Right? Then I had another brother say he had an Edomite come at him with 2 pipes while he was on the job.
Crazy.
With dual wield fucking pipes. Another brother, he had an issue with a guy, in a vehicle, and the 2 brothers actually, with the vehicle situation, and it's almost to where, we see it, man. It's you can't hide it. All right, Satan can't hide what's going on. So, nevertheless, man, this whole video was to what? To give brothers a spiritual check. Remember what you signed up for. All right. When these things start to happen in your personal life, because it could be you next, right, where a gun is put to your head.
Yeah.
And it's not about what you gonna do, because what Jake gonna say? Well, I'm gonna take the gun. It ain't about that. Will you remember, the scriptures in that time? All right. Will you remember to call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in that time? That's what it's about. So, you had anything else?
Yeah, just to add to you real quick, in those times, and trust me, nobody is saying that it's going to be easy. Right. But that's why we're here, we're practicing, we're rehearsing, all of these things, so that when it comes down to that game time, that is able to be second nature. So
that's
we
right.
can be able to, click it on and handle what needs to be done, but by no means is it going to be a easy, simple task. All right. But it was something else, but it's just slipped my mind. Probably the end of the video. You
could read that Luke for me.
Yeah, Luke
17 and 22. Or is it
22 and 31? The shift?
Yeah, go ahead. Salakia.
This is St. Luke chapter 22 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren.
And that's what we're doing, man. All right. According to these different video epistles that we receive from other men. Okay, we're strengthening each other. All right, because Satan is desiring to sift the men of the Lord. All right, scriptures tell you to what? Put on as the elect. Okay, so we believe we are the hopeful elect, man. You have to believe that.
Yep.
All right, so strengthen yourself with these different video epistles. All right, because you got it. No, you're good.
No, because it hit my mind what I wanted to say.
Beautiful.
And you say, even with the epistles, the Wadi Habashim al-Shai, even with those videos,
right,
we seen something happen that with a brother potentially having his life on the line. All right. So and that being said, that should behoove brothers now, hearken to the title of the video, the basis of the lesson of keeping your head on a swivel, in these times that's going on. All right, that should click something in your spirit of like, damn, all right, shit is definitely tightening up, so I need to tighten up.
It's game time.
It's game time, yep.
We didn't have plenty practice, plenty practice, for brothers in our particular, how can I say, class, right? Yeah. Brothers have had practice, man. All right. Shit finna start happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As we grow closer and closer to the end, shit will start happening. But nevertheless, man, that was the the premise of the video. Lord willing, this video was edifying first and foremost to the hopeful elect, and then those that cleave unto the body. So prior to getting out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
And the Bible ball.
Baba Baba.